Greetings, Ani, Bojo, Kwekwe, Tanzi, Scano. And as I was preparing for this, I remembered Dame Edna. So, hello, possums. That just cracks me up. Blessings on your journey, Dame Edna. And I won't be including that in the future. So here we are with the reading for November 20th to 26th, 2023. And we're in the second quarter, building to a full moon of Gives Praise Woman, the final moon cycle for this year. We have 12 this year because in certain years there isn't enough variance to allow for becomes her vision. So this is the last moon cycle, full moon cycle for 2023. And this week I pulled out the fairy cards and similar themed cards. I have sock monkeys on the table. My crown, it's a real bit of a strange one. And there's probably going to be a postscript at the end of this if you can last through to the end. Anyway, this is the second round of filming this video. We got it all done, ready to put it up onto YouTube to get ready for Sunday's upload, and it just didn't work. And Brian spent about 6 hours trying to get it corrected through sound software, and it didn't happen. So here we are filming it again. We've put out the same layout. We're going to use the same decks. It was such an important reading, we couldn't just scrap it. My heart sank and I just wanted to scrap it and say, well, we can't put up something this week. I'm just too busy. But Brian suggested that we push through, and so I am, and I'm not reluctant to be doing so. I think it is really, when I get over my hissy fit, it is an important reading for this end of the year cycle. So back to why the fairies. We've been having this beautiful weather here in South Central Ontario, like what is historically called Indian summer, and it's still a warm temperature today as we film. And I've been aware of the nature spirits and the fae folk. And we're going to be doing a little, or I'm at least going to be doing a little ceremony with my friend Jill tomorrow to ask the fae to return Brian's wedding ring, which got lost about a week ago out in the yard. So since I can't get out in the yard with my wheelchair, I have to have the assistance of friends. So the fae are important, and we can't forget that, and why they are important. In my teachings and trainings that I've received from other elders, fairies historically, in the beginning, in the creation stuff, fairies were angels who decided to make their job the healing of the earth and the plants and everything to do, not with people, but with the earth itself, with Turtle Mother. And so protecting everything that they can. There are other kinds and types of earth spirits and gnomes and sprites and all kinds of things, elves, that aren't angels, never were. But fairies specifically are the winged ones that do this. And they're important to be cared for and treasured. There's nothing more upsetting to the fae than the destruction of land that they have been cultivating and protecting, interacting with for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So that being said, we are using the Witch's Familiar Runic Oracle. I used to do runes quite extensively back in the 70s and 80s and love them. Both the Viking runes and the Irish Ogham. But this is the first time I'm bringing this deck today. The Folklore Oracle by Mike Bass and Dean Taylor, that reminded me of you. The Pride of Dragons Oracle by Angelo Thomas, first time in a reading. Not the first time for the Marigold Tarot, which insists on being the ancestor representative. Black Moon Lilith for the astrology card. And the Heart's Eye Oracle by Olivia Rose. She also created the Mermaid's Purse Oracle. Mermaids and fairies have very similar functions. The mermaids are to the sea what the fae are to the land. And the Mind's Eye Tarot by Olivia Rose. So that's the principal tarot for today. So let's go to the cards, Brian. So here are the 7 Mind's Eye Tarot and one each of the other oracles that I mentioned, and a tarot, of course, that I mentioned to act as clarifiers. So the card that starts out the significator for the week is the Fool, and this is a very important karmic quantum journey. So if this is the overarching energy for all of us at this year's end, in this last moon cycle, are preparing for winter solstice / Yule / New Year. So this is our both proverbial and actual beginning of a new karmic cycle. Excuse me, and it's clarified by the Queen of Cups. Now the Queen of Cups is a benevolent, sweet, mature woman who is emotionally mature. And so her emotional maturity is what we need to have a balanced journey. The Fool could go off and in 10 minutes have fallen off the cliff and be dead if they're just willy-nilly about it. But the exploration comes from a place of emotional balance and emotional maturity. So right there, where we know we're being protected by this overarching archetypal energy of emotional maturity. The Fool card is followed by the Tower. So the Tower is change and manifestation of change that's fairly abrupt. It's not saying that our journey is changing. It is saying that we are changing as a result almost immediately. And because of how it's flanked, this is a positive thing. Now, it's interesting, the abrupt aspect of change with the Tower is reflected in the Rune card, which is Hagalaz. And the Totem is Scorpion. And the Scorpion is about death, endings, transformation, and we're just, with this weekly reading, coming out of the sign of Scorpio. And Scorpio is a water sign, but it's about shifting something immediately, endings that are necessary. So it's doing this in the light of the moon. And you will see how this is balanced when balance is being predicated here by another card that's coming down the line. So we have a new journey that's creating abrupt change. The Ten of Wands appears, and the Ten of Wands is saying, we've done with an endeavor. We can't really deal with a new journey until we put this down. We need to take a moment and be satisfied with what we have accomplished. And it's clarified here by the transformation card. So this is creating a transformation. This transformation feeds into this new journey. The Ten of Pentacles. So here's another 10. The 10 speaks of our earthly walk. And it's interesting because the final 4 cards of this reading are all pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles says we have achieved in our earth walk prior to this new journey everything that we absolutely need to have accomplished to ensure that we are always manifesting what we need in our material wealth, our families, our homes, our jobs. We are always being cared for. The 10 takes it to the next level of legacy. So legacy is important here. Preparing not just for ourselves. We're done that. What we are doing now is preparing for the next generations and our community at large. So the card that clarifies this is the release card. We need to release things that might stop us from moving forward on this journey. The release, this eye is sitting right on the heart. It's releasing anything which might slow down this transformation. So moving from the 10 of Pentacles to the 4 of Pentacles, it is the validation that we are secure and stable. Everything is fine. Nothing that we choose to do, and we are encouraged here to choose to do something unexpected with curiosity and with joy. We are stable, things are secure, and we have to allow some of our assets the freedom to flow. Money that just sits in a bank doing nothing is stagnant. We need the energy of it to flow. We need it to flow out and know that it will come back in again. The card that clarifies the 4 of Pentacles is a dragon card, and this dragon is the soul of Soleil, the pride of the heavenly. It's talking about the soul or the angel or the planetary being, the shape-shifted energy of the sun. The sun card in tarot is probably the most beautiful, or could be considered one of the most beautiful and important cards, the enlightenment that the sun brings. This card represents again, the angelic form. Just like the fairies, when I spoke of them, have been angels that have chosen to separate from that realm to work on the earth. We have planetary light beings. And so this soul of Soleil is the soul of Grandfather Sun. And this is bringing enlightenment and clarity, joy, and spiritual energy, and in part replacing all the passionate energy that ensouled this project that we're now being given permission to lay down. Moving ahead now to the Knight of Pentacles. This is a knight who is thoughtful. He's the slowest of all the knights. He has a horse that's a big draft horse like a Clydesdale. He's typically, or she is typically pictured plonking about their field, very carefully planting things. And that's what we're doing here on our new journey. There are elements that are very abrupt and swift, like the transformation, but we know we have time to plant carefully and know that what we are sowing, the seeds we are sowing in this new journey, will take the time that they need to take. We don't have to go back out in the field to dig them up and see if they're growing. They will grow. And it's interesting, speaking of the concept of seeds and growth, we have clarifying it, the blackthorn. Now, this is an interesting card, and I'm going to read this one for you, if I can find the reference here. Blackthorn. Okay. And this is about patience, and that's everything that the Knight of Pentacles is about. Just as winter slowly transitions into spring, as much as we might be eager to just get it going, get the sun out, get the flip-flops on, many things in our lives do change slowly. When we're waiting for a promotion at work, for a relationship to develop, or some kind of skill you're trying to learn and you just feel like you're not getting there fast enough. Blackthorn is a reminder that sometimes life can be prickly. Branches can clutch at you and hold you back, while thorns can snag you. But even when facing the most dense brambles, if you take your time to untangle the thicket and create small openings for yourself, you'll get through unscathed. Blackthorn's teachings are that you don't have to sit idle as you're being patient. You just prepare yourself for the opportunities that lie ahead. So this is a wonderful card to clarify the Knight of Pentacles. And finally, the Page of Pentacles says, this doesn't have to be boring. The page is all about curiosity and looking at new ways of doing things in this dimension, which are bright and spiritually infused. It seems like it might be a very dark card that clarifies it. It's called putrefaction. It's shadow release. So just like the body has to shed its tissues and cell structure in order to go through the process of death, this is almost identical information that we're getting here. We have a new journey and a new life ahead that we're creating in the sense of a new sacred section of our lives, karmically infused, but we have to release shadow, and that's precisely what this card is telling us. It's what Hagalaz is saying. So we have this juxtaposition of death and transformation with rebirth, new journey, light and dark, endings, beginnings. You can flip the camera, Brian. So this is why, as frustrating as it has been to have to redo this video, because those are hours we'll never get back, it's such an important message moving forward. It's the transformation time, letting things go into the earth and begin to be planted all over again, knowing that we're stable and secure. So I hope this reading finds you well. I pray that it does, and that you can take this message to heart, that we really need to use this hibernating winter time to really formulate that beginning. I have no sense of a timeline. Normally I would get that with the astrological card, because that's what this deck is about. But the shadow message was what was important for today. So there's no fixed timeline. Anyway, if you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you can send us a coffee or a donation or sign up or something, Brian has all that information. It just helps support all the background work and the investment in equipment that we have to make to bring these videos. We appreciate your support, and we're looking forward to getting some new classes put together. Brian had a great birthday, mice in the shower and all, as gifts from the felines, and put out some good thoughts that we find this wedding ring. All right. Aho.